Hey man, say man, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Quiz the Plug, man. I'm back in on the banger, man. Today we got LeBron James and his vastly overrated final runs exposed. I ain't gonna lie, we've been avoiding this video for like 3 months now, 2 months now. It's finally time to do it, bro. Y'all know, us LeBron fans, y'all know what's one of our go-to things to say. LeBron got to the finals, what, 9 times in a row? So yeah, I guess he about to expose the truth and how weak the East was and all this. But before we get into it, make sure y'all like, comment video y'all want to see next, subscribe, and let's get into it, bro. This should be a banger.
On-air personality, the media darling, of which various writers and on-air personalities have largely been pining over and pleasuring themselves to for the better part of 2 decades, is still going strong, nearing the age of 40, and so too are the various contrived narratives being pumped on major media.
Extra sweet tea. Oh my god. Oh my god. My bad, y'all.
Are the various contrived narratives being pumped on major media outlets and social media platforms to support his fabricated GOAT case.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
That's the clip that got y'all to hate Bron, bro. Even more.
One of the most famous, well-known, and regurgitated of all of these narratives is the LeBron carried teams to 8 consecutive finals fairy tale.
Fairy tale? He did carry some team. He did carry that one Cavs team. I'll say he carried that team. The rest of them, he was the best, but he didn't carry. Well, that one and the Cavs one when after Kyrie left, and the Cavs one when his first stint with the Cavs, those two was undisputed. Like he carried them to the finals.
Used to somehow diffuse the fact he has actually only won 4 championships in 20 years and counting. As if going to 8 straight finals is some trump card to going 6 for 6 in the finals in an 8-year span. As pathetic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you're making that argument to say that's better than MJ going 6 for 6, 3-peating, like nah, I'm not. I'm gonna say this. I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm not delusional, bro. I'm already knowing that doesn't really compare. Like he went to not 8 finals in a row, but what was his record in those 8? Like 3 and what?
And nonsensical as that entire chain of reasoning is, it gets even more laughable when you delve into the specific final runs, as LeBron James resided in one of the worst conferences in NBA history. But just how bad was the Eastern Conference LeBron feasted on for the vast majority of his career? It's garbage! LeBron James entered the NBA at the age of 19 in the 2003-2004 season.
The chosen one?
Lucky enough to be drafted into a conference on the decline.
Lucky.
In all, James played 15 seasons in the Eastern Conference and made 9 of his 10 career finals appearances over those 15 years. And yes, that included famously 8 straight. From his first year in 2003 and running those 15 years to 2018, the Western Conference won the season series against the East 14 times out of 15.
Damn.
With the lone exception coming in the 2008-2009 season, a season where predictably LeBron did not make it to the NBA Finals. Overall, in LeBron's 15 years in the Eastern Conference, the West had a total record of 3,695 and 2,845 head-to-head against the JV Conference.
I ain't gonna lie, nobody's debating that the West, like we all know the West was way better than the East. That's why LeBron, and that's why I say in the finals, LeBron has played better competition than Michael Jordan. I'm not saying to get to the finals. Of course, Jordan probably had way harder paths to championships than LeBron, but LeBron in those 8 runs in the finals, he played more comp, probably except for the Dirk Mavs. Other than that, LeBron played more comp than Jordan in the finals. The Spurs, the Warriors, like that's all I gotta say.
Good for
Other than in the Heat too, the Heat don't compare to no Jordan teams Jordan played.
Winning percentage of just 43% for the East over LeBron's 15-year tenure in that conference. And it is no wonder the West was dominating the vastly inferior Eastern Conference during LeBron's 15-year run there. It was because all of the best players were in the Western Conference during this span of time.
That's facts.
Of the 225 All-NBA first, second, and third team members selected from 2003 through 2018, 147 of them played in the Western Conference, meaning only
Like even nowadays, the West. Well, this season I feel like the West is more stacked than the East. But like last year, I feel like that was probably like the first time the East was low key better than the West. The last 2 years, even though they really wasn't. But like they had the Celtics, the Bucks, the Heat always turn up in the playoffs. But who else? Yeah, that's it. But yeah, the Heat. Yeah, I'm capping. The Heat never been better than the East never been better than the West. I'm tripping.
34% of the All-NBA team players selected during that span came from Little LeBron's pitiful little conference. Yet, we are all supposed to be dazzled by LeBron's alleged dominance of this conference, with the first run coming in the 2007 season, a season we hear about over and over and over again, when LeBron single-handedly carried a team to the finals. But James got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals that season without even beating a team that had a winning record. As the Wizards and Nets, the Cavaliers' first and second round opponents,
That's tough.
were both just 41 and 41 that season. Once in the East Finals, the 50-win Cleveland Cavaliers got an evenly matched 53-win Detroit Pistons team that no longer had Ben Wallace,
Evenly matched, but they no longer have Ben Wallace.
their defensive anchor, nor did they have a single player that averaged over 20 points per game in that season. LeBron then took the next 3 seasons off from making finals appearances, despite having the best record in the league in 2 of those years and winning league MVP. But some other guy took home the trophies that really mattered those seasons. LeBron, though, being fed up with losing, decided to take his talents to South Beach.
And this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
In so doing, he teamed with other first-team All-NBA team member at the time, Dwayne Wade. And in LeBron's final year in his first stint with Cleveland, the 2009-2010 season, 10 of the 15 All-NBA players selected that season were in the West.
I ain't gonna lie, that is crazy. I didn't know the West was literally that much better than the East. I knew the West was always historically better than the East, or at least recently. But I didn't know that it was that bad.
Players like Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan,
And LeBron beat Kobe. He beat KD, Tim Duncan. So
Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire, and Steve Nash. The top 2 players in the East at that time were first-team All-NBA members Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. James teamed up with the other best player by far in the much weaker conference. What, realistically, did anyone think was going to happen? Of course the Heat were going to run to 4 straight finals in their 4 seasons together. Is this really supposed to be viewed as an accomplishment to be celebrated? LeBron James himself called his shot that team would win 8 championships.
Not 5, not 6.
hey, he went to 8 championships at least. LeBron went about the 10 or 11.
Yet they only
Championships.
won 2. How can this be viewed in any other
He went
light
2 and 4.
but a categorical failure?
2 and
Over
4.
4 years finals runs for those Miami Heat teams. LeBron faced 4 total 50-win teams in the Eastern Conference playoffs, and that is counting the 42-24 Pacers in 2012. Since it was a strike-shortened season, but the win percentage of 64% would have netted them 50 wins in a full 82-game year.
Okay.
So, the best 2 players in the conference, with a perennial all-star in Chris Bosh and a plethora of other elite role players.
D-Wade was not playing like the best player, like one of the best players in the Eastern Conference. I ain't gonna lie.
Faced
did I say D-Wade? Yeah, D-Wade.
out of 12 opponents to make it to those 4 finals, with the second best team in the conference during that time being the Paul George and Lance Stevenson led Indiana Pacers. Alas, when LeBron had to play an actual viable opponent from the Western Conference, he got dusted off the court 2 times out of 4. Thus,
Yeah, it's no excuse for that, bro. Like LeBron, that series like forever stained your legacy. It's cool though. You done did a lot of stuff to overcome that. You got your ring. You came back, got your ring with the Cavs, the greatest championship in NBA history, 2016. LeBron coming back down 3-1 in the NBA Finals. No debate. Like,
it was a conference. He got dusted off the court 2 times out of 4. Thus, it was on to super team number 2, pairing Kyrie Irving and
not a super team. Kevin Love was not the Timberwolves Kevin Love, so no, not a super team at all. Just Kyrie and LeBron being 2 superstars. I keep saying Katie, but Kevin Love was just a casual. He wasn't casual. He was like a semi all-star type of player. Like,
who were both coming off of 2 all-star selections each in the previous 3 years, while Kevin Love had 2 all-NBA second teams to his resume in the previous 2 seasons. Over this span of time, with super team number 2, LeBron would face 7 total 50-win teams of his 12 opponents to get to 4 more NBA Finals, bringing his total to 8 consecutive.
8?
The stiffest opponent LeBron had over this span of time was the DeMar DeRozan-led Toronto Raptors. So over the 9 years LeBron James made it to the finals from the Eastern Conference, he faced 27 opponents in those Eastern Conference playoffs, of which 12 of those teams won at least 50 games.
That's tough. I can't lie to you. That's tough.
On the season, 44% of his opponents, with the next best players in the conference over that time being the likes of Paul George and DeMar DeRozan. For context, Kobe Bryant made 7 NBA Finals from the years of 1999 to 2010 from the Western Conference. Of the 21 opponents he faced in his Western Conference playoffs during that span, 17 of those teams won at least 50 games.
But who's arguing that the East was like good or something? I've never heard LeBron fans say the East was better than the West or the East was so crazy. But of course we gonna brag about him getting to the finals 8 times in a row because it's nobody's done that before, like in a modern era. So of course we gonna brag about it. But nobody said that the East was better than the West or that Kobe played inferior competition compared to LeBron. Like, what?
That span, 17 of those teams won at least 50 games. 81% of his opposition, with the next best player.
Bro said 81% of the ops.
1% of his opposition, with the next best players in the conference over that time being the likes of Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, and Kevin Durant.
It's tough.
You, who had the more impressive feat here? 4 years. Detractors.
Okay, let's do this. How many Kobe got to like 4? Did he get to 4 finals with Shaq? And so that's 4 out of the 7 he played with Shaq. He played with a top 10 player ever for 4 out of his championships, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's put a little context to that. Had Shaq, who was getting final MVPs over him. So what are we talking about here?
The more impressive feat here. 4 years. Detractors of this LeBron mythos.
LeBron ain't never had a player as good as Shaq. Come on, bro. Think.
Feet here. 4 years. Detractors of this LeBron mythos pertaining to the 8 straight finals appearances have made the counterpoint that he would never have been able to do it from the West. Well, after being blown off the court and swept for the 2nd time in his finals career in the 2017-2018 season.
He played the greatest team ever. He played literally the greatest team ever assembled. So,
Second time in his finals career In the 2017-2018 season, LeBron decided to try his hand in that Western Conference. And now, 5 years out west, LeBron has missed the playoffs altogether in 2 years, lost in the first round in another season, got swept most recently in the West Finals, and yes, won an exhibition tournament disguised as an NBA title in the bizarre
Bro, he is a troll, bro.
COVID-shortened season that culminated in a surreal tournament in the Disney bubble, where Anthony Davis led the entire NBA playoffs in both scoring and win share for the champion Lakers. Many liars in the mass
The
media.
thing is, though, like, bro, so you got like LeBron went to the West and he was Miami Heat LeBron. Like, bro, come on, bro. LeBron, it was the aging LeBron. Even though LeBron is still putting up numbers, like he don't have the same impact he had back when he was younger. Like, what are we talking about?
Anthony Davis led the entire NBA playoffs in both scoring
That's
and
LeBron that
win
went to the
share
West.
for the champion Lakers. Many liars in the mass media and teenagers who don't understand the actual history of the NBA like to paint LeBron James as having played some kind of super competition throughout his career.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Nobody says that. We say he's played super competition in the NBA Finals. The NBA Finals, other than the Heat and the Mavs, the other 7 of his championships, his time in the finals was against all-time great teams. What are we talking about,
But
bro?
when you break down the conference,
We're not talking about the Eastern. We know the Eastern Conference is weak, bro. We talking about who he played in the finals, bro, not the Eastern Conference Finals. Like,
competition throughout his career. But when you break down the conference in which he came from and the totality of his championship runs, LeBron's actual playoff accomplishments are amongst the worst of any all-time great. And he did it in markedly more time in most cases than any other player he is being compared to. But as is most frequently the case, the myth, lore, and legend built up around LeBron James always exceeds the actual reality.
reality is you're a hater, buddy. But I ain't gonna. You one of my favorite channels though, cause you give me the look at LeBron in like an objective way. Even though I've been admitted that, of course, his final runs were. Yeah, he was playing weak teams in the East, but nobody's saying those teams was great. I never said that. Maybe some delusional casual fans are saying that, but I always say in the NBA Finals is where he played the tough comp. But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. This is a good one. I ain't gonna lie. Let me know in the comments y'all want the Scav Attack video. What y'all want me to react to next? Just let me know. I got y'all, bro. I'm out.